GYMDAD Fitness. Today we have a new beast in the jungle of pre-workouts, and this is Resilient Strength. Brand new product on the market, and this thing is a loaded stim package. We'll get into the label breakdown. Just doing a quick little weigh-in flavor taste test for you, but we are dealing with watermelon. I believe it's not seeing the watermelon flavor we're dealing with here. I think it's like watermelon gummy. But brand new package here. And follow these guys on Instagram too as well. Awesome owner, very personable. Reach out to him if you have any questions. I'm sure he'll love to help you. But I know Suplocker as well is going to carry some of these units. I'm not sure how much they plan on getting in, so make sure if you want to snatch this one to jump on that right away. But Resilient Strength. Down, I'm going to get the weigh in. I got my camera. I'm going to start trying to remember to take pictures of the grammage too. I feel like a lot of people like to see that. And I'm not going to slug this thing all the way back for you today. I got to get to pick the kids up first. So just do one scoopage here. Nice level scoop. The grammage it claims is 14.19. This thing comes in at 15.95. So I'll take that. It's pretty damn close. We'll roll with that. 14.95 for the watermelon gummy. And yeah, we'll let you know how we'll see. Actually, yeah, we gotta taste test it for you. Fuck, forgot to get a picture. I'll run this one again before I review it anyway, and I'll get a photo of the grammage of a level scoop. It smells really good. It smells like a Jolly Rancher a little bit. It's a pretty solid flavor. It hits like a Jolly Rancher. Aftertaste, it hits like a Jolly Rancher. Aftertaste, you kind of get a little bit of the illicits in there. Not the illicits. This thing's pretty. We'll get into label breakdown. This is a high stim pre-workout. We have nothing too crazy. Nothing, the borderline gray, off the limits that's going on here. But you get some of the stim action mid sip. Yeah, and then it closes out nicely though, so like it doesn't leave you with the bitter aftertaste, which is what I would expect. This is a full-on stim package. Like I said, there's no tomb. I pretty much gave it away there when I was hinting at it. There's no tomb, we're dealing with here. No AA, it's claiming on here, but these are some hard-hitting stims. Just a little bit of a heads up before we jump into the label breakdown effects. We're looking at something maybe like a symbiote type of pre-workout style here with our God of Rage too. Something like that is what I'm kind of thinking this is going to hit like. But let's get into that label breakdown and then the effects. GYMDAD Fitness. Today we have a new pre-workout on the block for you. This is the Resilient Strength pre-workout. This is a brand new owner, just a passionate gym goer, passionate pre-workout user that wanted to come out with his own line. So these are the types of small businesses I'd love to get on the channel and see if they got something awesome. I want to make sure everyone knows about it, because small companies like this, they don't have big budgets for marketing and things like that, and they put everything they got into a nice label. And so I was really excited to be one of the first to jump on this Resilient Strength pre-workout. If you want to pick this one up, I'll put a link below to the Resilient Strength website. I think he's going to get me set up for a code GYMDAD to save you guys some cash. And also, I know Suplocker is going to carry some units too as well. I'm not sure exactly how much they're going to have in, and I'm not sure if there are any other retailers. But that's just the two I know of right now. But awesome owner. Also follows these guys on Instagram. He's a really cool dude. Like I think I mentioned in the weigh-in, very responsive. Communication, asking questions about the pre and the goals behind the pre and stuff like that. And overall, like we did the weigh-in. I'm kind of losing. It's been a few days since I did the weigh-in, but now we got to do the label breakdown. Like I mentioned in the weigh-in, quick little synopsis on the taste. Now I've had it twice. It kind of reminds me. It kicks in really nice. Like I mentioned, Jolly Rancher, watermelon. But it kind of has that chemically like Cocoa Labs-esque taste in the middle, and then closes out real nicely with a little Jolly Rancher taste in your mouth. So I actually really enjoyed it. It's one of those ones I kind of describe it as it's kind of nice. It's kind of a little gringy, a little a little bit of chemically, but you kind of like it because you know the goods are in it. But it's not like disgusting. It's not like, I've had some that are kind of sweet and almost nasty because like, I don't know, this like is weird. It's hard to describe. But this one's actually very very pleasant for well, what all they have in here in this package. But anyway, let's hop into the label. Right off the bat, I'm gonna let you know this is straight stem label, and this is what I love. I feel like I bash this pre a lot. Maybe I'll grab a different one. I was gonna say Halius again, but I pull that one a lot. You get some of these pre's that get kind of caught in the middle. I want to say like which one was it? I think even the Gulag was kind of underdosed on pumps. They had 8 grams, but I don't know. I'll just use Halius again. I guess they're gonna get bashed once more. You get one like Halius that kind of gets caught in the middle, and they end up giving you like 2 grams citrulline, 2 grams, this, that, something very underdosed. And it's like they could have just went ahead, instead of giving you a half-ass pump matrix, they could have put more money in on the product toward the stems and made it a better stem experience. And then, then you have something you can stack with, and it turns into like a top shelf stem product instead of just kind of getting caught in this limbo phase of between a stem package and a non-stem package. And to me, a lot of times, they put a minuscule amount of creatine, minuscule amount of citrulline, minuscule amount of this and that, and it's like all of a sudden you have this underdosed performance matrix that pretty much like you don't give a shit about, and they could have just put more money in on the stem package. And so that's what these guys did here. And right off the bat, 4 grams beta alanine. And I'll get into the effects. I want to jump in the gun on that. And then tyrosine at 3 milligrams, or 3 grams. Beta anhydrates at 2.5 milligrams. Alpha GPC 800 milligrams. And then theobromine at 500 milligrams. Ariadrenesis at 301 milligrams. Not 300, 301. That's a big deal. We would like to see it over 300. Caffeine anhydrous, 300 milligrams. Decaffeine malate, 167, decaffeine citrate, 150. So all in all, you're getting 300, yields 60-70% of that. Like 100, 400, 500, about 500 milligrams caffeine. Ish, just over 500 that you're getting there. Just north of the 500 mark there. And then we have estrogen for absorption at 50 milligrams, and then 2.5 grams of alpha yo. And is this the stuff that's going to hit hard and leave you with a droopy nose, give you a sense of urgency? Or is this more of the smooth, clean, provides some nootropics, a little bit of focus, something like I've experienced with the Masscast products, their Alpha Yo, the cleanness of it, but at the same time, sometimes people want something that smacks a little bit harder. I call them like the masscastapp.com. Those seem to have the Alpha Yo that's more friendly to those people, a little bit more sensitive. But sometimes we want Alpha Yo, like the Tweak, or the God of Rage, or the Carnage. And let me grab those ones right now. God of Rage, and then Symbiote was another one. These ones all seem to have really pure Alpha Yo sourcing. And then I'm just going to jump straight into the effects. I kind of mentioned already that this one is a straight stem package. Reminds me of a lot of the concept behind Tweak by Garage Gym Homie. How he wanted to go about, I mentioned, I'm a firm believer with what he also preaches on this one. I know you got to have your own damn opinion, but sometimes someone else's opinion is pretty damn awesome. And it's, something I've always kind of thought all along is, go straight stems or straight, pumps, loaded pump matrix with a good stem package. And I like the way that Garage Gym Homie did that, not shining any schlongs like Garage Gym Homie always says, but it is something, that I'm going to stay true to what I believe too, and not just, take a different opinion just because I want to contradict someone. But Resilient Strength is a stem package, and the effects were out of this world. This thing hits pretty damn fast. The beta alanine at 4 grams over that 3.2, and it is a good source too. Like I take about a quarter scoop of pre a few days a week in the morning, and a lot of the times it does have beta alanine. So I usually get like a gram and a half sometimes in the morning. And so a lot of times I feel like I'm desensitized by it. I don't feel it as much. And this one I did. I felt both times the tingling. Took this one back-to-back days. And both times the beta alanine tingles kicked in within that 15 to 20. And they're very apparent. And then after that, this one comes in a little bit quicker. This kind of reminds me of the the timeline of tweak, if I had to compare it to something on how it comes in. So the first day I took it way too far out. Took it before going to get the kids, and it was smacking me when when I had to swing by the house pick up my youngest son before I got to the gym. So this time I took it about 20 minutes prior to workout, opposed to 35, 40. And then when it kind of like so it when I took it the first time and it was a little too far close to my workout, I thought it like was peaking, and then it just kept elevating, like the euphoric aspect of it. The smack came in early, and then the euphoria kind of like kept elevating there. And the 2-amino, or not the 2-amino, the alpha yo, no 2-amino in this product. The alpha yo is a strong source. It is. I will not say when I there's like there's ones like I mentioned with the Project M where it's kind of a cleaner. You almost don't even notice there's alpha yo in it. This one, it's very apparent. So alpha yo lovers are gonna love this one. You definitely can feel the alpha yo in there. You get a little bit of runny nose. You get that sense of urgency. You get a little bit of heart pickup, but it's nothing survival mode. It's nothing. It's obviously less than Edge of Insanity. It's less than Tweak. Tweak has 2.5 as well, but they also have that GYMDAD HCl as well. They kind of increase the urgency. So this one, it reminds me of Tweak, except for this one has beta alanine, and this one doesn't have GYMDAD HCl. So I would say this is more of a user friendly Tweak. I think Tweak is more of like you need to be like an upper tier stim junkie to really enjoy this one. This one's like mid to upper. Like the heavy hitter stim junkies could go ahead and round this one for a Tweak like experience. It has less Araya than Tweak. Araya at Tweak was 500. This is at 301, not 300. Make sure you get that 1 milligram in there. And But it still is extremely euphoric, and I really enjoyed it. It seems like one that you could feel like Tweak was one of those pre's that, like, yes, it didn't have 2-amino or any hidden ingredients, but it was still such a heavy hitter that you felt like you were exhausted if you use that thing back to back days. This one's one of those ones you could run multiple times in a row. Obviously alpha yo him being anything too much. You don't want to go taking it like just ripping it 5 straight days. But I'm saying like a couple days here, a couple days there, and you'll be just fine with this one. And overall, just an amazing experience. These guys nailed it. The pumps actually were like, this happens a lot with these stim packages with the alpha yo focus. You get a little more vascularity. Definitely still stack this one. I stacked it with Amon Ra. It's a pump product by Historic Labs. I'll have a review on that one as well. I've been stacking that one with a lot of pre's. But Amon Ra does have a few, it has the glycerol, the citrulline, stuff like that really got things rolling for me. And overall, just extremely impressed with this one. How this one kind of scores. Sense of urgency, 10 out of 10. Like, it was my perfect level. I give it a 10 out of 10, not because it was the most urgent pre I've ever experienced. I just felt like it was the perfect level for me. Overall euphoria, like 8 out of 10. Like, this is one of those ones. Sometimes I get a little bummed out when it's like, oh crap, I probably should lay off the 2-amino today. Like, this is one of those ones, like the next day I was like, oh shit, that's right. Like, I didn't take a 2-amino product yesterday. Like, that was a freaking Raya in GYMDAD HCl. Like, it just hits that good. It kind of reminds me of how I felt the day after taking like Symbia or Tweak or Edge of Insanity, where you're just kind of like double checking yourself, like, oh shit, what did I take yesterday? Because like you felt like you had such a good euphoric experience that you kind of second guess yourself on if yesterday was a 2-amino heavy hitter day, or if it was like a no 2-amino, just an alpha yo hitter. And I kept catching myself thinking that today. And even the first damn day I took it, like I finished my workout and I noticed I left like 2 grams of liquid in my bottle, and also I forgot my damn headphones, and so I knew it was a freaking good pre-workout. I'm like, I got to run this thing again. I don't think opinion's gonna change, but the fact I like undershot it on the drink, and then also didn't have freaking headphones on me, and was just listening to the atmosphere around me in the gym, still had an insane workout, and just up the ante today. Took it at that slightly over level scoop, and just out of this world. A sense of urgency, tunnel vision focus, euphoria galore. I'm still buzzing like crazy. I mean, this thing, like, to me, like, I lift at 5 o'clock. It's almost too much. Like, it was tough. Like, I still had it in my system probably around like 10:30. It probably just got out of me just in time to go to bed. I do sauna and stuff at night, so that probably helps speed up the process. But really cool thing if you are someone that lifts earlier in the day. But normally I lift at 4 o'clock. But the last 2 days I had to lift at 5, and I still went ahead and gripped it and ripped it. So overall, how this one scored, back to my scoring, I kind of went on a tangent there. I gave it the 10 out of 10 on perfect energy level. I gave it an 8 out of 10 on euphoria pumps. Let's go ahead and just go halfway. Give it like a 5 out of 10, just because the alpha yohimine always gets me pumped up as hell. Taste, I actually kind of enjoyed it. Like for the chemically middle taste it had, I'd still give it an 8 out of 10. I'm a huge watermelon fan too, if that says anything. And then obviously overall raw energy, very good as well. 10 out of 10 on that one. Like I really can't imagine a pre that has any more energy that I would want. Anything else would almost be like illicit overkill, like once a weeker. And so this one freaking scores well. It's one of my top. I put this in the category. If I had to rank it between these ones, I still have Tweak above it. But like I said, Tweak's one of those ones that you could take. Probably once. It's a once a week or maybe twice. It's right there with like Symbiote, and I actually enjoyed it more than God of Rage. God of Rage was very very physical, very aggressive. I didn't get as much. It felt like it was almost like it was such a physical, aggressive pre-workout that like the euphoria kind of took a back step. Why this one still kept that euphoria level. At least, but the God of Rage did have a good pump package. But I'm just going straight off the pre-workout effects and how my workout went. I had 2 amazing workouts on this one. Absolutely loved it. Definitely check this one out. Like, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next review.